we should, wholeheartedly engage in decarbonization, because it can, not only is it good for business, but it's good from a global economy point of view in which we all have to participate.
30% of Mumbai's budget is devoted to climate resilience, climate mitigation, as well as taking new steps to provide more green urban spaces.
One of the biggest things as a city for economic development we need to do now is attract talent. Right? So if we build a city that's walkable, that's has public space, that's what actually will attract the talent. Now you have to find a pathway and build a roadmap.
During COVID times, we started preparation on Mumbai Climate Action Plan, MCAP. Now that plan is being discussed with the stakeholders. It is open to the public, that which sectors. There's hardly any sector which is touching our lives is left out of this MCAP. Now, since we have the plan, we need to execute that plan or articulate that plan through some instrument, and that instrument is called climate budgeting. That our concentration areas is, one is urban mobility, second is, as I said, green and open spaces, third, of course, related to water and sanitation. These are few verticals on which our entire climate budget is based on.
The informal housing in Mumbai has been such a big challenge. And for the last, I don't know how many, 20, 30, 40 years, we have not been able to come up with good solutions that can actually change the city's scenario on housing. But big cities like Mumbai act as a magnet. So economic development is really crucial. It's the economic development which will give you the surpluses that allow you to do all the actions that you need to do. And I believe very strongly that, it's very important for citizen action groups actually to be well informed and, work together with the government, municipal corporation, others in many of these areas. Because it's not possible for government alone or the BMC alone to actually tackle some of these. So I'm very pleased that I'm a part of a number of organizations that have been working in this area for a long time. And there are solutions, but it needs everyone to come together for these actions to take place.
See, Mumbai today, our stormwater infrastructure can handle about 100 mm of rain, 110 mm of rain. Another 100 mm we manage with early warning systems and all of that. So this is very few cities in the world can manage a 200 mm rain day. Mumbai can. But we are getting rain days that are bigger than that. So now we say that we need a nature-assisted flood management system. It will also help with heating in the city. It will help create public spaces in the city. So the budget, when the climate budget was done by BMC, and I think it's a very, very cutting-edge exercise, they saw that the gardens department budget was 30 crores. This was 2 years ago. And the stormwater department's budget was 3,000 crores. That's like, so if you look at the ratio. Now, if you're saying you want a 30% nature-assisted flood management system, then the budget should be 30%. So what the climate budget has done is a set a baseline. You have a target, which is the 30%. Now you have to find a pathway and build a roadmap. So this is a very systematic way in which now we can move towards these actions that have been laid out.
Industry is part of the problem, but industry can also be part of the solution. And I think if you look at the way that industry, especially large industry, has acted on climate issues, I think they have done a lot on energy conservation. Not only has the government mandated certain energy requirements for the highly sort of polluting or highly energy-consuming industries like steel, cement, fertilizer, etc., but also voluntary action from those who are not in the mandatory requirement. There's been a big change. I mean, in our own company, over a 10-year period, if you look at the last 10 years, we have doubled our energy intensity. You know, I mean, when I say double, I mean we've actually halved our energy intensity of electricity that we need for production. So if everybody takes on rather aspirational and challenging goals, I think you find ways to do it.
Question. See, I think Mumbai, we know that more than 50% people walk, right? 80% of the people who take public transport walk to public transport. So I think the focus on improving footpaths, I think, is extremely important. And I totally believe that actually walking really is, it's easy to do, but it requires a lot of the second point I wanted to make, even if you look at the island city, actually from coast to coast, it is 4 kilometers, some places 6 kilometers. Actually, some New York style walkway where you can walk across the city. I think there's a lot of possibilities of really improving walkability. It will not cost very much. It will really complement the whole investment that's being made in the metro.
There is this concept of a 15-minute city, It's not literally 15 minutes, but the concept is that you have these multi-hubs all over the place. So these multi-hubs all over the city allow people to be in that area in such a way that they can walk to work and walk to, entertainment, shopping, etc. So I think in Mumbai, because we have this north-south axis, and right from the beginning, long before, all of us came into the picture, South Mumbai was for business and commerce, and the western suburbs mostly were the residential areas. Now, all that has changed, and we have multi-hubs. But we probably need many, many more such hubs. I think the idea of a hub really is that, not only can you connect all these hubs conveniently, either with a metro or a bus system, etc., but you can also then create this, this ecosystem of walking in that hub. And I think all business organizations, I think once they start understanding the benefits of these multi-hubs, I think you will see that the growth of the city will be much more balanced.